Welcome back to SK Hobbies AZ and I am Stitch. And on this episode, we've got new FlySky controllers for the channel, and they're not these two. You're not going to want to miss this, so stay tuned. So welcome back. So yes, we've got new controllers for the channel. Now, the ones that we currently been using is their, I guess we'll call them the cream of the crop controllers, but these are the FlySky Noble series, the MB4s. And this is the regular MB4, and then we got the Pro version. And really, the main differences between these two is this one has just a regular non-colored screen. It's more grayscaled. And I'll kind of show you guys that.
Welcome to Noble. Welcome to Noble Pro.
So if you guys heard that, turning these two controllers on, they both say welcome to Noble Pro. Welcome to Noble. So this one is somewhat more grayscaled, if you guys can see here. There is a little bit of color on it, but when you get into the menu, it's more, I guess, still colored, but it's more grayed out. There is some reds in it and a little bit of greens, but that's about it. The Pro has all the same features as this one, except for you can put on this little attachment here that you're able to hold your camera. And it's got a different color. This one's all solid like a matte black. This one comes more in a silver. When you look at the screen here, the front screen looks pretty much the same as the other one that you saw. When you go into the menu, it's all colorized. So primarily that's the big differences I see between the two. They have the same features. You can see kind of the angle that they set at. To me, the Pro sets a little bit more of an angle than this guy. They do have interchangeable back pieces. My controller has the bigger grip on it, so it comes with a second grip that you can install. This one is my kid's controller, so they got smaller hands. We left it like that. So that's the two controllers that we've currently been using. Let me move those out of the way. So we decided we wanted to kind of do more with other controllers. Having extra controllers is always awesome, and I really don't like using like the stock controllers. I wanted ones that I can add multiple units. I picked up some additional FlySky controllers, and the first one that we're going to talk about is this one. So this is like one of their an older school one. It's the, if you see right there, it's the FS-GT3B, and we got that one. But there's one that kind of goes in between these two, and we picked up this bad boy. And so this is the FS-G7P. Now, what's the difference between these two? This one has 7 channels. Okay, and I believe this one is a 3 channel, and it's depicted by that 3. So it's the GT3. So you got 3 channels in this guy, 7 channels in this bad boy. Now, at the most we ever use on any of our crawlers or rigs that I currently have is really only 3 channels. So that's why we got one for your steering servo, one for your electronics, your ESC that you're plugging into, and then one that I use for LED lighting. So that's at the most we're using. But, you know, like these guys over here are like 18 channels. So they got all kinds of bells, whistles, and knobs that technically we're not using. Now, with this one, I'm also running on my base camp. I'm using 2 different channels and mixing for the winch servo. So kind of need that one for that one. Now, with that being said, so with, you know, my bashers and my SCX24s and pretty soon RC boats on my channel, I don't think I'm going to need that many different channels to do it. So we're going to utilize some of these. Huge FlySky fan when it comes down to it, so we stuck with the FlySky line. So we're going to have 3 different styles of controllers. So what we're also going to do is kind of do a comparison on the distance an RC can go utilizing these different controllers from FlySky. And we're going to throw in a stock FlySky controller that comes on the Red Cats. We're going to throw that into the mix too. So that's a stock one you would get like with your Red Cats, some of the other RCs that are out there that use the FlySky style controller. We're going to do that one also. And we're going to set up and in the comparison video, which is not this video, it'll be probably one of the next ones we do, on how far the RC can go away. And when we lose signal, we're going to have a walking measurer that we're going to walk out and see what that distance is. We're going to start with the stock controller like you would get from FlySky. We're going to move up to the GT3, then we're going to move up to the G7P, and then we'll do both of these styles, both the regular Noble and then the Noble Pro. And so you'll have all 4 of those, and we'll see. And there's different receivers you can put in it. So I've got a couple of different types of receivers, one that has built-in antennas and one that has not built-in antennas, and it's got the external antenna. So we'll try both of them just to see if there's a difference between them. So with that being said, let's get these bad boys out of the box, and let's get them all set in side by side. All right, so we got them both out of the box, and they're sitting right here in front of us. And so we're going to talk about the FS-GT3B first. This is the 3-channel. So you get the controller, and you get a user manual, and it looks like this is just kind of like a specifications page that comes with it. Also in the package, you get a receiver, you get an antenna tube, and you get a bind plug. So this one does need a bind plug. And if we look at this, the receiver that comes with it, all right, so if we take a look at the receiver that comes with it, this is what it is, and it is the FS-GR3E, so it's a 3-channel receiver. These are in the AF-HDS protocol. So these ones won't work with this one because this is the ANT protocol. And then the other, the Nobles are on a different one, completely different. And so the receivers don't work between the models. But inside of this family, there's several different controllers. In this one is, there's a variety of different controllers that all run that same technology. So with that being said, you got to have different receivers. So if you pick this one, okay, so this one here has 10 channels on it from what I've seen. And when you turn it on, you can see that through selecting the model here. So it goes through, you can see where it says FS1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it cycles back to 1. So this guy right here, you can program 10 different receivers to it. This guy, you can do 20, and we'll get into this guy here in a minute. But with this guy, it takes, see there, 8 AA batteries. So it does take quite a bit of AA batteries in it. And you've got all the different, your channels right here. It's not a touch screen, so you got to kind of roll through everything here, and you got a bunch of buttons. Your steering trim, your throttle trims right here. Then you have your mode, you have your bind button right here, and then you have your mode button. It does have an antenna that comes up. So like I said, you got 10 channels, or 10 modes, or 10 models. It's a 3-channel. It runs on a 2.4 gigahertz. The protocol for your receivers is what I said before, the AF-HDS2A. Has an approximate range of about 100 to 300 meters. So we're going to put that to the test. So does take a lot of batteries, takes 8 AA's. So we will we'll definitely be giving that one a shot. So this guy, instead of having the little button here in the back to power it on, you right in the back, it's a switch. So when you turn it on, and then it's a green screen. So it's telling me that I need to set fail safes. We'll go ahead and ignore that for now because I don't have a receiver connected up. So you got this. Same type of thing. It's not touch screen. It's all done with this little joystick right here on the front. So when you press it, you get all of your different modes that you can select. Now this will do up to 20 different models. 7 channels, still 2.4 gigahertz frequency. This one runs a different protocol. It runs an ANT protocol. So let's look at what we got in here. So this one is a 7-channel receiver. This one's specifically for ANT protocol. So there's other controllers that run an ANT protocol that you'd be able to use. So with that, you got a switch here. You have a rocker that's right here. You've got these little dial knobs. You have a little push button there. And you got the controller. Underneath here is a switch. And then right up here, see if you guys can see that on camera, is another 3-position switch. So you got this switch back here. All of that is programmable through the controller. Now, once we figure all that out, I'll probably do a video on programming this to run different things like turning your lights on and off. And then I will probably also connect this up to my crawler and we'll see how we can hook up the winch to run the winch on that, utilizing that 3-position switch. So this one takes less batteries. It only takes 4. This one will also run a 2S battery pack in here, which I didn't get the 2S battery pack, but you can get that. This will, the little battery thing pops out and you can plug in a 2S battery. It's one of those 2S flat packs. So the idea behind this was to, of course, get some different FlySky controllers and run it. You also get a nice smaller manual than you did with the other ones. With that, got these introduced. We're going to get these into controllers. This one had a 100 to 300 meter range. This one says that it's approximately 300 meters. You might get more. So it's approximately 300 meters. You might be able to get more, but we're going to put that to a test, right? And we're going to see what this does. And then if I get any other types of controllers outside of the FlySky market, I'll definitely get them on the channel and get them reviewed, and we'll put them to the test up against this. This does have a Type-C data port on it, so you can do upgrading, and I believe it also will allow you to charge the battery. I'm not quite sure on that because I don't really have the battery to test it out. But it seems pretty solid for a controller, and they're not that expensive. Both of these controllers, I want to say this one was like right around $50, and this one's like about $40 to buy them. So they're not really expensive. Pretty well met. They've got nice foam padding on this one. This has more of a rubberized wheel on it. The reason why I didn't start off with these guys is I really like how this one is, that I can adjust this to either side. And on top of that, I can pull it back enough to where I can one-hand steer right on the wheel. Now this guy right here, you can do one-hand steering. It's just you got to stretch your thumb out just a little bit farther. And on this guy here, you've got to kind of turn the controller sideways a little bit in your hand, and then you can get a hold of that. So it's not really good for one-hand controlling. This one's a little bit easier. And this style, I love them. I can one-hand control them, especially the Pro with having the little camera mount on it and being able to put my phone on there. Or I can you can take this off you can take this off and put your GoPro mount right on top of it and have your little GoPro in front of it. And it just makes it easy to one-hand steer and film, or, you know, having your camera on it and one-hand steering. And if you get tired, you can flip it over to the other side and learn how to control and drive with the other hand. So, all right, well, that's our four styles of controllers that we have. Two of them are kind of identical. We're going to get these out. We're going to get them installed in some vehicles, and we're going to test them out on the crawlers and the bashers. And we got a new basher coming to the channel soon too, and a new custom build that we're going to be doing on that bad boy. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. These are the FlySky controllers for SK Hobbies AZ. We're going to give them a shot. We love FlySky. So don't forget to comment down below on what you guys think. Which one's your guys' favorite FlySky controller if you use FlySky? Or tell me why you don't like FlySky. Well, anyways, I am Stitch, SK Hobbies AZ. I'm out.